Everybody, welcome to the Full Pedal Jacket Twitch channel. Welcome to the first ever Full Pedal Jacket Intimidator Cup Series Clash at Daytona. I'm your host, Dawson Wise, aka Big Hickory, and I am joined in the booth tonight by Peyton Jennings, the founder of Full Pedal Jacket. Peyton, welcome in.
How do you think? Hey, have a good race.
I agree. I think this is going to be a good one. Not many cars, so hopefully we get a little bit to talk about here, but we do have some good drivers in here. I'm sure we will get some action going in this one. A little bit of a new learning process for all of us, so we're gonna get through it. We just had a wreck in turn 2. I don't know what happened there. 13 cars are set to grid. We've got 12 in so far, with still about 5.5 minutes before the race session begins. Let me just...
However, get on that.
Yeah, we're making progress. It's gonna take a little bit, but once we get it done, I'm sure we'll have a pretty successful streaming schedule. Let me just I need to do this real quick. All right, y'all. We are live at twitch.tv/fullpedaljacket. So if you got anybody wanting to watch, go check it out.
On the track conditions are today, it's
should
short of a.
Yeah, it should give the track a little bit more grip though. Maybe allow these guys to move a little bit quicker.
Set up, Sid.
Still about 4 minutes till the race is set to begin. 60 laps on tap tonight. 60 laps, about 90 minutes is what we have allotted for it. But knowing these guys, probably will not take them that long. Racing with these guys, I know for a fact these are some of the best of the best. That's what we were going. That's what we were aiming for this league. We wanted to make it some of the best to do it. So I expect maybe not necessarily caution free, but I don't think these guys are going to be your average hosted lobby. These guys are definitely a rung above that.
Cutting in and out, which is not good.
No, that is not good.
Probably just the noise gate that I have set up. I have a very sensitive microphone, so.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah.
This thing is pretty sensitive itself. Anyway, this is the first event of the year. Not an official points race, but just kind of like the clash in the NASCAR Cup Series that the Cup drivers go for. This is just kind of to get cars on track, get everything situated, and give these guys a chance to get some track time before the season starts next week, where we'll have our season opener, our points opener, which is going to be 110 laps here. And we definitely expect a bigger field for that race. So definitely will be a lot more to talk about for that one. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for the opportunity to get to call these races and watch these guys go at it. It's pretty great to watch these guys sometimes, and I definitely expect some good stuff tonight.
Excited to have you in the box.
Oof.
A little spicy.
Maybe take it back. I don't know. They're still getting used to each other a little bit out here. They'll get the hang of it, I'm sure.
That is the beauty of the Clash.
Well, yeah, beauty or sometimes can be a disaster. The NASCAR equivalent of the Clash, at least this past year. I certainly hope we don't have that tonight. I would rather not end up with 3 cars at the end. That's just me. That's just.
It's always a possibility. It's hard telling with these. One caution with a pack of cars can take out everyone. Luckily, we have
Cautions.
2 fast repairs on deck, so be able to keep everyone out here running together.
Yeah, these guys, I'm sure within a couple of laps will probably they'll probably get the hang of it. I've got faith in most of these guys. I've raced with most of them already, and they are very good at their trade. So I think give them 5 or 6 laps. I think they'll be pretty used to each other. We're gonna see some great racing tonight. I think with a lot of room to move around. Not many cars, not many laps. This is gonna be good. A lot of guys near the front here fighting for position.
Ready to
So we
rip and go.
are just about ready to get it going here. About 3 more seconds left in the practice. And practice just went checkered. So we're about to get onto the grid. And 60 laps on tap. We will wait until everybody grids here. Qualifying, like we said, was set last night. Car runs. So tonight's pole sitter, unsurprisingly, as you will come to find out, is Steven Korosek in the 27. He's one you'll see up front a lot this season, I am sure. And personally, he's my pick to take this one home. But obviously, with a small field, you never know who could take an opportunity. Starting alongside him on the front row is going to be Zach Camella in the number 4. Proper number 12, Irish Whiskey Ford Mustang. They'll make up your front row after qualifying last night. Logan Eicher will start on the inside of row number 2. Outside him will be TJ Roberts, number 11, Goodwrench Chevrolet. Todd Mazie will start 5th. He's inside row 3. Outside him is Matthew Fleming in the 88. Row number 4 will be made up of Zachary Lima, the number 5 Red Bull Toyota, and Braden Black in the number 8. Row 6 will be Red Cadet in the number 215 Ritz Chevrolet. And outside of him will be Sharon Slate in the number 18 at green and black car. Final row tonight is going to be made up of the number 20 Mobile 1 Ford Mustang of DJ Thomas, and outside of him the number 113 Ford Mustang of Danny Chandler. So it looks like we're going to have 12 cars. One less than we anticipated. We anticipated 13 qualified, but we're going to have 12 going at it for 60 laps. These guys, depending on cautions, will need to pit. So that's going to be interesting to see with only 12 cars on track what these guys are going to do when it comes to pit strategy. There's not many options out there for partners. So if you're going to find partners, you got to find them early and try to establish the race-winning strategy.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing we haven't mentioned yet. We do apply a fuel restriction, and pretty soon we're going to be figuring out tire restrictions. So pit strategy we're expecting to be a pretty big part of this league. We're not going to run full-length races. We're hoping to hit about probably a quarter to a third of the actual NASCAR length.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting to see how they handle this. As you said, very few partners to work with. I'm sure we'll see some of the usual suspects, as everyone who's watching will come to know. We do have some teams already set. See how that'll work.
And now the trial green flag is out. Let's get this going. Full pedal jacket is underway with the Clash. Not a great start by the inside, so Korosek there, he's going to need to find some help there on the bottom. There's not much going behind him. The top is rolling just a little bit. Looks like everybody's going to try to file down. Oh, TJ Roberts in the 11 there is going to go ahead and take second from Camella. He's going to hang him out there to dry. So Camella going to try to hang tough as they roll down the backstretch, headed for turn 3 for the first time. Long race. Don't expect to see these guys too crazy here early on, but we'll see if they get a little bit racy here in the first few laps, trying to feel each other out, trying to feel the track out, trying to make their way into a good position here to ride out the rest of this race. Coming off of 4 for the first time, it's Korosek. He is pushed by the 11 of TJ Roberts, and it appears as if he will lead lap number 1 by a nose over Zach Camella on the top, who's got help from Matthew Fleming and Zachary Lima up there now. Only one straggler behind the field. It appears it's the 113 of Danny Chandler. Rolling off turn 2 again, still 2 lines. Outside starting to fade a little bit, as Braden Black is now even with Camella for 3rd. Front 2 are clear of the top line for now. We'll see if they can get regrouped here as they come through 3 and 4. About, eight cars under a blanket here, and then a few stragglers hanging onto the bottom line. A little bit of a wiggle there by Matthew Fleming. A little bit of a bump there, wreck, going around. Ooh, big wreck. Several cars involved. Oh, they're still wrecking back here. And that did not take long at all. Camella is in it. That is the 4. The 88 of Fleming is in it. 215 of Cadet is in it. The 8, Braden Black, is in it.
Kind of to be expected. They're still trying to figure each other out. It's been this would be the first time they'll be on track with each other in an official race scenario. Bit of over-aggression. Always.
I think maybe just a little bit of room went away a little bit quicker than the 88 of Fleming had anticipated. I don't know if he was trying to go 3 wide, but he dipped down a little bit. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to fit 2 cars in a 1-car space, and several cars wrecked already. So be a disadvantage to some guys that I thought were going to run up front most of the day. They're going to have to take their fast repairs pretty early on in this one. We'll see if they can regroup from that. It's still going to be Steve Korosek out front. Get used to hearing that. You will hear it a lot, especially at these play tracks. He and the 5 of Lima, who's now running 4th. They are outstanding at the restrictor plate tracks. So anytime we're at a track where you're drafting, expect to see those 2 near the front all the time.
Much so. Be interesting to see. It is very possible this early in the race there may be some guys. I know Zach Camella likes to be a little bit risky with it. He may come in and try to only get some optional repairs and hold on to fast repairs, knowing that there is going to be some pit strategy involved into this, and most likely everyone's going to have to pit for fuel.
Yeah, you'll see a little bit of that tonight. You'll see a lot more of that next week when we actually have the longer race in the full field, as guys try to plan around early wrecks if there are any. Looks like we're gonna have some takers, maybe. Nope. We got a couple takers. 5 of Lima is in. Look down the end of pit road. 5 of Lima was the first car I saw come down. Obviously, all the damaged cars are going to come down after that incident. The 4 of Camella is in. The 8 of Braden Black is in. The 9 of Todd Mazie is in, as well as Cadet in the 215 and Fleming in the 88. We'll see how many guys get fast repairs. Looks like Todd Mazie went with a fast repair. Braden Black goes with a fast repair. Looks like most of the guys that decided to hit pit road here are going to go with a fast repair, other than the 5 of Lima, who may have taken some fuel right there. So we see him cycle out. Couple cars still left on pit road. Fleming and Lima, just some extended service there on their cars.
If you missed the start of the race, there are 2 fast repairs available. We're going to be carrying that through for the entirety of the inaugural season of Full Pedal Jacket. After we get this season figured out and see about how well this works out, we're looking to make some changes, hopefully be able to bump it down to 0 fast repairs and run an actual normal race. It's kind of hard with netcode and things like that. iRacing's kind of rough with that. May still end up with 1 at the end of the day, but that's what we're looking at as far as right now.
Definitely makes it harder on these guys. They have to race a little bit more cautiously around each other, but at the same time, things happen, incidents happen. We've seen it in other leagues, obviously, where you're going to have the occasional netcode incident, obviously, with a service like iRacing that relies so much on your internet connection. I got to double check real fast. Are we clearing blacks? Only for spinning into pits, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go over race control quick. Yeah, Todd, what is the black flag for, if you don't mind? Yeah, I'm gonna clear it.
As for now,
Yeah,
we will be
yeah.
having to run race
Those are the
control
kind
and
of
the
ones
broadcast
we're
booth.
gonna clear if you get speeding in the pits for getting in a wreck. So yeah, well, I went ahead and cleared that one for you. I don't think we can dish an EOL there. I don't think there was really a cause. I think it was just kind of a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of early race adjustments. So I think we'll be a little bit lenient.
Very
Did
much
not
so,
catch
very
what
much so. No.
I did not catch what he said. So
Moving forward, as the drivers get used to each other, we're going to start implementing a end-of-line penalty for drivers who are a primary cause of a caution that could be avoided. Racing incidents are going to be cleared as no fault of any driver, but there's some of those where you can help it, and if you can help it, then we're going to try to avoid it. We want as many green laps as possible and as good of a race as possible. Pace car's coming off.
I hear you on that. Pace car makes the left turn. Green flag back out. We're back going on lap number 7 of 60. Good start from the inside there. Korosek gets a good jump. He's away with help from the 113 of Danny Chandler as they head back towards turn 1. EJ Thomas has made his way up here near the front. He's third on the bottom now. They're going to try to go around the 11 of Roberts there on the outside. He's got help coming in the form of the 8 of Braden Black and the 215 of Red Cadet. Get up to speed down the backstretch, headed for turn number 3. Field continues to be in the hands of the 27 Snap-on Chevrolet of Steve Korosek, but heads up. Big push on the outside from the 8 of Braden Black. He's going to push TJ Roberts to the lead for the time being. They come off of 4. Let's see who's going to lead this lap. Come back down to the stripe. Big push, man. That 8 is pushing up there on the top line. And Roberts gets that lap of the line. Every car in the field actually under a blanket here at the front of the field, so that is good to see. Two lines up here at the front. That is what you want to see off turn 2. Korosek, it's another good push from Danny Chandler. He's back clear to the race lead as they head back down towards turn 3. Not a lot of movement going on right now. These guys are trying to figure things out and find their partners here as we get later into this one. Only 8 laps in right now.
I'm sure a few of these guys out here are considering letting off and not wanting to lead a couple of these laps, save some fuel, and maybe go the extra lap, hope for some pit strategy to help them out at the end of the race.
In a field this small, in a race this short, where it's going to come down to probably one pit stop as long as we stay green, I mean, I would do anything I could to try to save some gas here, try to last a little bit longer out there than the others. We'll see how everything cycles out as we keep going. As EJ Thomas now pulls up in front of the 11 of TJ Roberts. He'll take over the outside line. It gives Sharon Slade a spot on the bottom there at number 18. See Zach Camella making his way back up to the front. Being involved in that early incident. Down, we'll get lap 10 on the board right here. Field still in the hands of the 27 for now. that. Good push from Roberts to Thomas, and we're double file for the lead as we come through 1 and 2. Lots of movement there. Those two pushing cars, they are all over the racetrack. Let's see who gets the push down the back. Drag race down towards turn 3.
Pretty even in terms of speed at the moment. Top speed lap, it looks like the bottom line is moving a little bit faster.
It is the quickest way around here, so expect it to be a place you want to be most of the time. But if you're going to make something happen, you got to try to go around, guys. And they're succeeding for now. We'll see if they can get any closer than just even. And right as I say that, the 20 of Thomas is going to take over the lead. He'll lead the bottom line now. DJ Thomas controlling the field here at Daytona as we come off turn number 2.
DJ's made a pretty good run up to the front here. Started eyeing positions back.
Yeah, he started second to last, so he definitely made a quick jump. Ooh.
Contact.
You know, Black may have gotten in the wall a little bit up there. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah.
Setup that
back just a little bit.
Setup that we have for this, we just use standard iRacing setups at Daytona. It does get a little bit loose, especially whenever you're that second car on the high side.
I can attest to that. These things can be a handful if you're trying to push somebody, especially up top. It's fun, but at the same time, it is a little bit nerve-wracking if you're the car on the bottom. But looks like these guys are trying to settle in. We get single file. Well, Robert's trying to jump in line. Can't find a spot quite yet. So it'll be DJ Thomas out front. He started 11th in this race. And he'll control the field, coming back to put lap 13 on the board. Now Steve Korsek jumps outside. No help yet. They're even at the line. Looks like maybe Korsek got that one by a nose, and he did. And now here comes the 4 of Camella to help the 27 of Korsek. Oh, contact there. Danny Chandler slid up just a little bit too far. It's going to break up that top line big time. So Thomas will be back clear for the lead as we come down. Now the backstretch again towards turn 3. 13 laps down. Still a long way to go in this one. It may not seem like it, but it's long a little bit. It's longer than most races these guys are in, so definitely some aggressive racing for still very, very early in this one.
Knowing DJ Thomas, he's out there to lead every lap. He wants his name in the front always, so I'm sure he'll show as time goes on in this league. He's going to be fighting for every lap.
Well, that's what we wanted. We want the guys that are going to come out and put it all on the line to try to win races, try to be competitive. That's what we wanted to give these guys, was an opportunity to show off their talent. And definitely some of these guys are looking very impressive early on in this one. Getting some screen time, get some track time before they start thinking about points starting next week. Zach Camella now as we put lap 15 on the board. So he has made his way back up to the front after starting second, getting involved in that early wreck. He's back out front with help from his teammate DJ Thomas in the 20. Wrecking again. Couple cars.
Someone is in the air.
Out. Ooh. Several cars involved. Braden Black's in it again. That's a tough break for the 8. He's been in 2 wrecks, and we are a quarter of the way into this one. Sharon Slate is in it as well. Danny Chandler is in it. I don't think Matt Fleming is not. He is 2 laps down, actually, in 12th. So another multi-car wreck. Maybe just some space closing too quick. How it goes sometimes. One car gets squirrely, it can send things awry very, very, very quickly. So we'll see if we have any takers this time on pit road. Camella and Thomas still 1 and 2. As we wait for the field to get caught up behind the Ford Mustang pace car.
Camella showing why he
They are.
qualified so high. He's made his way back up to the front after that crash earlier.
He is a guy that I expect to see near the front most weeks. And maybe a couple of weeks ago I would not have said that. He's definitely improved a lot in the last few weeks. So expect to see his name a lot up front as well as the season gets underway here. See if we have any takers for pit road. I'm sure we will. We do. Cars involved in the wreck. They're gonna all hit the pit lane. The 4 of Camella, the 20 of Thomas, I believe the 13 of Logan Eicher, and the 215 of Red Cadet. They are the 4 cars on the lead lap that stayed out. Matthew Fleming is going to get the lucky dog. He'll get one of his laps back, so he's only 1 down. He's still in this. Long way to go. He keeps everything clean. He can get right back in this race.
Plenty of
I have
possibilities
no doubt about that.
We do have 3
Our
green
cycle
white
off
checkered
pit
attempts.
road.
So.
Our cycle off pit road. We'll get the field back to full strength here. I talked to some of these guys the couple of days leading up to this race, and they were eager to get the season going. We have some very excited drivers in this series, and that's what you want to see. You want to see guys that are excited to show off what they have to offer and find a series that's going to allow them to do that. But talking to specifically, actually DJ, he said he was more motivated for this race than he was for most. He wanted to get off to a good start, get off on the right foot. So to see him running second, he's doing just that so far. 17 laps into this one.
It's always good to see drivers having a intensity about them and optimism about them. Hopefully we'll get some more good guys in here to race with the few that we have now. We have a pretty selective mindset whenever it comes to inviting people into the league. We're hoping to keep it clean with guys who are able to take some criticisms, able to take some bad races and roll with the punches.
And as the lights go out atop the pace car here, this is how they'll line up for the restart. Camella, Thomas, Eicher, and Red Cadet, they all stayed out. Behind them, it's going to be the 5 of Zach Lima, the 27 of Steve Korsak, the 9 of Todd Mazie, the 8 of Braden Black, and the rest of the field will be Roberts, Sharon Slate, Danny Chandler, and Matt Fleming. Danny Chandler and Matt Fleming are actually both a lap down now, so 10 cars on the lead lap, 2 cars are a lap down. So we'll see if they can get back into this one. For now, though, 10 cars on the lead lap, and they'll be set to duel it out here as we put lap 19 on the board when we go green in just about a half a lap.
Pretty good racing so far. We do have a small field, but I like how aggressive they're being out there today.
For a small field, it's been entertaining so far. I'm having fun watching these guys. Obviously, when we have a bigger field next week, we'll have a little bit more to talk about. Some more drivers to kind of dive into what they're thinking, what they're strategizing about as the race goes on. Now, though, just this small group of guys, they definitely are getting a feel for the track, getting a feel for each other, getting a feel for the setup. As we start to look to next week when it starts to matter a little bit more. We start to race for points next week. So that should be a good experience. Come back down, it'll be Camella, green flag back out. Good start for both lanes that time, but Camella gets a little bit better start. But the outside gets a little bit better start when it comes to grouping up. The inside's a little bit broken up as we get down towards turn 1. So Thomas peeks ahead for a second. Car in the wall near the back of the field. We're good though. I heard a car bounce off the wall. I'm not sure who that was. We get back up to full speed again, lap 19 on the board. It'll be 41 laps remaining in this one as we come back down to the line. Thomas peaks back ahead by a half a car length as we head down into turn 3. He's got help from Cadet in the 215 and Korosek in the 27. Inside is Camella and Eicher, and they are locked together. They are nose to tail coming back down to lap number 20 on the board. 6 cars under a blanket, make it 8. The 8 of Braden Black and the 11 of TJ Roberts are heading into this first group. Top 3 in each line, nose to tail. Make it top 4. Up. Thomas back out front, half a car length again. A little bit more moving around, both lines. They hold it steady though. We come off 4 and come back to the line. It'll be 40 to go. We are a third of the way through the clash at Daytona as we put 21 on the board. The outside line dwindling just a little bit. Well, right as I say that, Zach Lima peeks his nose out. He's going to move up top. Now he commits to it. He's got help from Thomas. So 3 cars up there now. Let's see what the 13 of Eicher does. He's peeked out there a couple of times. Don't know if maybe he's just sliding around or if his engine's getting hot or if he's trying to make a move, but his option is gone now as the 5 and the 20 are flying up here to challenge Camella for the race lead. Let's see who gets this one at the line. Zach and Zach show at the front. Oh man, I'm not sure Lima's gonna get that one by a fender. It's not by much. I wasn't sure if he was gonna have the push to lead the lap. As well, Thomas picks out just a little bit. It's gonna slow him up. Allow Camella to get back clear for the lead. It's still in the hands of the number 4 Ford Mustang.
That's what we were expecting to see right there. The 27 jumping out in front of the 5.
Yep, 27 and the 5. They are teammates.
Teammates of Big PP Racing.
They are going to get up top, and if they get nose to tail, it is awfully tough for anyone else to match up with the way these two draft. The chemistry between these two is unreal. TJ Roberts makes a late move. He's going to try to join him up top. See if he can catch up to the back bumper of the 5. 2 groups of 2, and just like that, here comes the 27. Big push off turn 2. Korosek to the lead. Let's see if they both get clear. It'll be close. Headed down to the 3. Not quite. 27 moves down. Let's see if he moves back up here off of 4 to pick up his teammate. He won't for now. Front of the field has dwindled a little bit. About 6 cars here in this first group, and some guys trying to bide their time. Maybe saying, "Oh, hang on, I'm gonna back out of this. I don't know if I like the look of this one." So, several guys back there just kind of riding for now, waiting, biding their time.
That Camella pushing hard on the bumpers for a sec here.
See if they maybe try to get single file. Nope, not quite. They tried. So still double file coming off of turn 4. Back down towards the line. We're going to put lap 25 on the board. This race, since we've had our last caution, has gone by quite quickly. We're putting laps down quick here. About 45-second laps.
Speeds are increasing. Everyone's starting to get in their rhythm, it seems, and have found some partners to work with here.
Well, I figured they would eventually. I didn't know how long it was going to take them, but I guess we've got our answer. As we're on lap 25, these guys are starting to really lean on the bumpers. Make some stuff happen, try to get themselves in a good position. Second group is starting to maybe try to pitch this first group a little bit. The outside line is dwindling big time. They're gonna, I think, slide down They are. See when guys decide to start pitting, I'm pretty sure these guys can split the race in half.
It should be fairly close, especially with the 2 early cautions. It definitely helps with the pit strategy. Some of the guys running around on the bottom who've been following for the majority of the laps so far, I believe they will be able to make it in too. Interesting to see how it'll go though, as the lines have kind of split up and broken up into 2 packs.
Well, let's see what they do. And just like that, we've got takers. Camella, Iker, Thomas. Appears to be the only 3 takers there for pit road. So they're going to test their luck. They're going to come down early and see if they can come out together and cycle through. We'll see if they can make it the rest of the race. It's going to be a stretch. We're going to have to try to make it 33 laps on fuel. That's a tall task. But we'll see if they can get it done.
Looking here at the pit strategies for everybody, it seems that they were the last 3 to pit. Everyone else is taking their pit stops under caution.
Well, we'll see what the other guys decide to do here. I think you'll see some guys try to stretch it till their tank runs dry, but we're going to find out which strategy pays off. If you waited or if you went now, you're going to see those 3 cycling out. Looks like one car may have gotten caught on pit road. That's going to be tough without a drafting partner. Can't tell which car it is yet. It appears as if it is the 13 of Logan Iker, and it is. And he is going to go a lap down. He's the first car to go a lap down to the leaders. You can hear up ahead of these guys the other 2 that pit, Thomas and Camella, the teammates. We'll see if they can make their strategy pan out. They're definitely going to go a lap down right here. The pack is bearing down on them quickly.
Got a 16-mile-per-hour difference.
They're going to have to make way for the leaders here and hope their strategy works. It was a quick stop for those 2. They need to be on the tail end of the lead lap, so they were efficient on pit road. We'll see if they can get it done. I know for a fact the 5 and the 27 will pit together. They'll probably drag the 215 and Brid Cadet along with them. Those 3 will tend to use the same strategy. We'll see if they do it today. Other than that, these guys are going to have to try to find partners where they can and hope that somebody goes with them and they make the left turn to pit road. So, Camella and Thomas are going to merge with the front pack. They are a lap down, but they are just barely a lap down. As we put lap 30 on the board next time by, we will be halfway through this one.
Early nerves gotten out of the way. Caution's gotten out of the way. Everyone's kind of lined up, found their groove, found their rhythm, working on getting their race done. Nice and clean.
Yeah. I knew we'd probably have at least one early wreck as these guys tried to get used to racing with one another, but now that they've gotten the kinks out, they're pretty solid around each other now. Still a long way to go in this one, so it'll be interesting to see now that they're used to each other what kind of moves these guys start to utilize later as we get closer to what I like to call go time. Racy, just a little bit. The 2 lap cars down there, the teammates, Camella and Thomas helping out Corsac on the bottom. On the top, it's Lima, Roberts, Fleming, and Braden Black. Another taker for pit road. It's the 215 of Brid Cadet, and it does not look like anybody went with him. That is unfortunate. He's going to have no help. So he's going to have to hope it pans out for him, but no help. It's going to be awfully tough.
Rit is...
Oh, we got a little bit of moving and shaking back there. I don't think they wrecked, but they got awfully close back here around the 88 of Fleming. He is not up to speed. Oh, it appears that car's out of gas.
Well, could be.
Tough break for Fleming. Let's see if he can make it around. I don't. He ran out at the worst possible spot on the track. So his night is probably over with that one. He's probably not going to be able to get back on the lead lap, especially if he can't make it to pit road.
It was very tough. Looks like Ritt and Fleming were one of the ones that went in at the same time for fuel last time. It'll be interesting to see how these cars out front, who have only made one pit stop, will make it.
I'm curious about the 5 and the 27. I'm not sure when they're going to try to make their pit stop, but they're going to have to make it at some point. There's no way either of those cars can run 50 laps on gas. It's just there's just no way. So I'll be curious to see when they finally decide to come down. You know they will pit together. We'll see what they decide to go with. They're now nose to tail, so we'll see if maybe they're getting in position to try to pit together here in the next couple of laps. We have 27 laps left in this one, so with the 4 and the 20 pitting already, I don't know if they'll pass the 27 and the 5, but they may cycle out right with them. We'll see once the front two pit where they cycle out at when it comes to the cars that have pit already.
It will be very interesting. See the 215 cars there as well. Caught up with the pack as they come around.
Yeah. He's a lap down, but if he can hang on to this pack, he's in the same boat as the 20 and the 4. So if he can hang on to these guys, get grouped up with DJ and Zach there, it would have already gone to pit road. It's 3 cars now that are on the same. They're on the same strategy now, pretty much. They're a lap down to the leaders, but they're still in this if Rick can hold the draft of these guys. He's dropping off a bit, but he's dropping off a little bit, but he's going to try to hang with these guys. If he manages to hang with the 4 and the 20, I mean, props to him. He actually worked it out very well if he can hang with the other two.
Very much so. Like, I'm assuming we're going to see the 27 and the 5 dive down in the pit lane here within the next couple laps.
I was wondering the same thing. Not yet. They'll run at least another one. So lap 36 will go on the board. That means 25 laps remaining. We're getting closer and closer to the money lap for these guys to start making things happen, start making their move, get to the front, put themselves in position to go to victory lane.
We say we don't think these cars can go 50 laps on fuel. We've seen Steven Korosek and Zachary Lima do some pretty interesting things fuel-wise in other races before make it stretch for a lot longer than what we thought they could go. So it'll be interesting to see just how many laps they can go.
Yeah, but at the same time, how much are they going to be able to do without caution laps? I think they're going to need at least 1 yellow to even consider trying to stretch it that far. I don't see how they can do it. If they get a couple lucky yellows, we'll go from there. But I mean, right now it's looking like it's just inevitable. They're gonna have to pit. It's interesting, especially if the 4 and the 20 can pass them right here to go back to the lead lap. Because then they're on the tail end of the lead lap. They are in prime position to maybe cycle out in front of the leaders and put themselves in position to win this race. See that Ritt has caught on to the back of the lead pack, so assuming everything cycles out, he's going to be with the 4 and the 20. They're gonna have 3 cars. They're gonna have 3 cars that can contend for this win. Still waiting on the 27, the 5, 9. Those 4 cars definitely still will have to hit pit lane.
Down here close to 20 to go, you gotta wonder if it's going through these guys' mind. Which one of your teammates are you gonna let win this race, or are you gonna race it out to the end? The winner of this race will be starting on the pole position for our first official race of the season. We know that Steven Korosek is a very, very fast qualifier. I'd be interested to see if they can somehow hold on to it, if maybe Steve will slide up the track and let Lima get the win so they can start 1-2.
That'll be very interesting to see, especially considering there's no points on the line. We'll see what teammates are willing to do to win this race. I won't go as far to say they'll be willing to junk cars, but nothing is off the table in a race that's not for points. So we'll see what these guys are willing to do to get the pole for that first race. You're coming down, and there they go. Let's see if they can hold it. Oh, 4 cars in the wall, and he's taking a couple with him. No caution yet. The 4 of Camella's around. The 5 of Lima's got damage. That shakes things up big time. Still no yellow. Takes this race up a ton because now
have a few split teams. Oh,
now the caution's out. So that shakes things up even more. So now this is gonna shake up strategy quite a bit because we got cars trapped a lap down.
Not everybody can get that lucky dog.
We're going to have 6 cars on the lead lap when we go back green. Rick Cadet in the 215, Sharon Slate in the 18, Logan Eicher in the 13, Zach Camella in the 4. They're all going to be stuck a lap down. So DJ Thomas is going to receive the lucky dog here, assuming he stays right where he's at.
Now these cars could very well stay out and wave, assuming the 27 and the 5 need to pit.
That's what I'm guessing is that the guys that need to pit up front, obviously the top 5, I believe top 5, still need to come down and get pit service. So, assuming these guys pit right here, DJ Thomas will get the wave, or get the lucky dog, excuse me, and these guys behind 20 on the running order are gonna hopefully get the free wave around. I'm hoping we have some cars here that get to compete for this win. Cars hit pit road. So Thomas stays out. He's gonna get the lucky dog. I think Logan Eicher stayed out as well, so he should get the wave around. There's another car there as well. Gets the 88 of Fleming, actually, but he is 3 laps down. A lot of cars that could have gotten the wave around right there are not going to get it. The 215 of Cadet, the 18 of Slate, 113 of Chandler, and the 4 of Camella, who obviously needed a fast repair after that one. They are not going to get the wave around, so they're going to have to try to bank on another caution happening here. In order to be in a spot to win this race.
Daytona always gets a little bit crazy at the end. Cars starting to get a little loose, especially if guys haven't taken any tires. It can mean a whole world of a difference whenever you're riding side by side on here, trying to zoom as tight as possible coming down to these final laps. You can easily see a caution coming within the last 3 to 5 laps of the race that could completely change the outcome.
Oh, easily, no doubt about it. And with probably only 16, 17 laps to go when we get the green flag. If you're on the lead lap here, if you're not on the lead lap, you're thinking about getting around the leaders to get on the tail end. We're getting yourself in the lucky dog position, which at this point, assuming Eicher takes the wave around when we get here to 1 to go, would be Rick Cadet right now. But I mean, there's a lot of competitive cars in a bad spot when it comes to getting stuck a lap down. The 4 car is the biggest one to me. Camella got stuck a lap down because of that wreck, and now he's got to try to rely on getting another caution to get back into this one. And there goes, you see Eicher going around the pace car there. So he's going to get his lap back. So it'll be 7 cars for now that are on the lead lap. And the rest will be fighting for the lucky dog or hoping for another caution, maybe for some more pit stops. Or do they strategize among each other and try to pass the leaders and get them all back on the lead lap? I imagine that's what Camella will do here.
Trying to figure out what happened.
Looked to me like either netcode or just a little bit of slight contact that sent the 4 car around. Lima got involved as well, but I think it was just one of those where there was a little bit too much moving and a little bit too little space. Or it could have been netcode. Netcode is pesky at these bigger tracks when you're running so close to the guys around you. So your lead lap cars, as we come down to get the green flag, which will be with 17 to go, will be Steven Korosek, Zachary Lima, TJ Roberts, Braden Black, Todd Mazie, and DJ Thomas and Logan Eicher. Thomas and Eicher will start at the tail end of the longest line with Lucky Dog and Wave Around. The other cars are set to try to find a way back onto the lead lap. So, pace car takes the left. Korosek and Lima the teammates. Green flag back in the air. 17 laps around Daytona remain. They are dead even, headed for one. Roberts gets to the back bumper of the 27th. First, not as much help up top for Lima in the 5, so Korosek is clear. He controls the field as they come onto the backstretch, and he moves up for his teammate like we thought he would earlier. He tried to move back down, not enough there, but he'll have his teammate coming to his back bumper here as they head down towards turn 3. For now, that hands the lead to TJ Roberts in the 11. And at Good Wrench Plus Chevrolet Camaro, he's got help from the Napa Chevrolet of Todd Mazie. That's not a name we've seen up front much of the day. He's taken some time to ride around and try to bide his time, but now he finds himself in a great spot with 16 laps to go. The teammates clear the field. They are 1-2. So the field is in the hands of the teammates. Korosek and Lima. Roberts tried to move up. Now he does. Slides up in front of the 215 of Red Cadet. Off the 3. Next time by, it'll be 15 to go. We are getting down to it. Some of these guys are saying it is go time. Especially if you're Cadet or Camella or Danny Chandler and you need to get your lap back. You are fighting right now to try to get up there and pass these front 2 cars.
It would be very nice if you could get out ahead on a run and hopefully have them all right behind you coming to the final lap.
Just not much anyone can do to get past these front 2. These 2 are just unstoppable if you let them get teamed up. Well, they're hanging with him up top. Here comes Roberts in the 11. He's going to challenge for the race lead. Ooh, slide wrecking. It's Thomas. Thomas is in it. Danny Chandler was the car we saw sliding. I think Braden Black is in it as well, maybe. He is. That's a tough break for him. Man. Yeah, some temper flaring after this one. This is a bit more crashing than I thought. We'll see how these guys decide to handle it. You see damage there to DJ Thomas. He was running well all day. He's going to stay on the lead lap here, but see what he can do with it. Who was at fault that one either? The first thing I saw was the 115 slide out of control. I thought it was just not really sure what happened there.
I will
there was only really one car near the 115, and it was the 20 of DJ, but I did not see any contact.
Let's see. I'm back in here.
So I don't know. It's one of those things. Unfortunately, Braden Black. It's gonna mark an end to a tough day overall for him. He's been involved in just about every wreck we've had so far. Um, so obviously, not the day he wanted here in the Clash, but not the day he wanted in the Clash. But hopefully he can learn from the guys around him today. He did get some time up near the front of the field. I have no doubt he'll get it turned around and be right back up front when we come back here next week for our first points paying race. Lucky dog is Red Cadet. He came out in front of Camella there as the caution came out. So as we pace under caution, Lucky dog is Red Cadet. He came out in front of Camella there as the caution came out. Camella's going to be still a lap down. It'll be tough for him, but we'll see what he can get done here. See if he can. He's in the lucky dog spot now, so if he can stay in front of the 18, all he has to do is get another caution. He is back in this one as well. We got 8 cars on a lead lap, and this is going to be an intense final 11 laps.
Very much so. After going back and looking at that on the replay, looks like the 18 car slid down the track right into the 8 car, causing him to hit the apron, get loose, slide up into DJ, put DJ into the wall. Tough break for everybody involved, but how racing goes on these super speedways sometimes, and all I can say is at least it's not a points paying race, and all in all, it's not most serious of them.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what a lot of these guys are thinking as we get closer to the end of this, is that it's not going to pay points, so you don't have to worry about losing spots in the standings. If you get into a wreck in this race, this is just some extra track time as we get ready to go into the races that pay points starting next week. So as we come down, we're going to have 11 laps to go, and now if it wasn't go time before, it is go time now. So we'll re-rack. Starting lineup for the restart. Corsac is controlling the field here. TJ Roberts to his outside. Zach Lima will be behind his teammate on row 2. And Todd Mazie will be outside of row 2. Logan Hiker and DJ Thomas make up row 3. And Rit Cadet and Braden Black will make up row 4. Assuming Black has returned to the racetrack, and he has. That is a beaten up number 8 Camry, so probably not going to be up to speed, but we'll see what he can get done here with 11 laps to go.
Tough day for the Fords out here. It's like
day's not over yet.
Very true, very true. Got a couple of high-profile Fords though. Ended up a lap down. Seems like all the manufacturers are having about the same luck.
Green flag back in the air. Good start for the teammates up front. With 11 laps to go, it's the 27 and the 5 out front. Start to come up to speed as they get towards the back straightaway. 13 of Iker actually came through into third, so 13, he's actually going to cycle through the third car there on the bottom line. We'll see if the outside can kind of surge back up. They're starting to. The 11 of Roberts and the 9 of Todd Mazie up there. They are pushing hard as we get later in this race. These guys are leaning on each other. Come back down to the stripe. 10 laps to go. We are in crunch time. see Camella there. He's third on the outside. He's a lap down. That does not mean he's not helpful, and he won't end up helping his teammate Thomas there about fifth on the inside. If Thomas can get a chance to get to the front here.
All comes
Right,
back
say
to
that
what we were
Camella
talking
swaps line. They both swap lines.
Oh. Comes back to what we were saying before. What will teammates be willing to do to help their others win? Will they work together? Will they race it out at the end? It's not a points race, but everyone wants to win at the end of the day.
I've got a strange feeling that these top two cars, I just do not see them splitting up. They look as if they are going to be locked bumper to bumper for the rest of this one. We'll see if Lima maybe tries to make a move with 2 or 3 laps to go, but I just don't see it happening. So it's going to have to come from somebody third on back. A little slip there by Camella at the apron. Roberts is going to actually come even with the 27 down the line. 8 laps to go. And we got a new leader. Roberts actually led that lap. That's a huge push from the 9 of Maze. He's going to push him a half a car length out in front. Only for a second, though. The outside line's starting to split up a little bit. Who's going to make the winning move? It's going to have to come the next probably 6 laps. You got to be in position to win with probably 1 or 2 to go. You see Camella there. It's interesting with Camella because he's going to help Thomas. It's going to be very interesting to see if we have another wreck here late in this race to allow him to get actually back in contention to win it himself. 7 laps to go now.
Sure, we'll see a lot more of these cars on the bottom start sliding up to the top and try to get that top line moving for this final push.
And look, just like that, here comes the 4. He's going to try to get his lap back with help from Roberts behind him. Big push up top there, even. Camella's going to try to get in front of the bottom line and hope for a wreck behind him. He's going to do everything he can to try to get in front of these 2 up front. It is a tall task. I mean, these guys have got to hope for the front 2 to have to split. The only hope they have, I think, is that the 5 starts to overheat, but even then, it is so tough to beat the 27 and the 5 when it comes down to it. Off of turn 2. Camella coming back 2. He's even. He's got help. He just can't make it happen. He pokes ahead for a second. They're even in 3 and 4. Now Corsac edges back ahead as they come back towards the front straightaway. When we hit the line, 5 laps to go. A little slide from the 13. Can he hold on to her? He can. He's going to go through the grass, though. That's going to end his night. It's a great save by the 13 of Logan Eicher, but unfortunately, that it's going to mark the end of his race unless we get a caution here. So it's still Corsac out front. Camella has a decent chance. The 5 backed off of Corsac just a little bit.
Temperatures are gonna
see if the 4 can clear the only 7. He does. So Camella's in prime position now. If they wreck behind him to get his lap back. Let's see if it happens, though.
If he can stay out ahead, he'll at least get the moral victory of
4 to go.
finishing the first car past the finish line.
Sliding, wrecking! Oh! There they go! Big crash. Lots of cars in this one. And Steven Corsac is by himself. I'm not sure if anybody else made it. I don't know if anybody else made it through that. That was Yeah, Thomas has damage. He's going to cycle through in second, but he's got damage. Lima's got damage. Maisie's got damage. Camella's got damage. So after all that work, he's not going to get his lap back. Sharon Slate has damage as well. Braden Black was in that one. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Rit Cadet actually may have made it through it. We'll see if he's got damage when he comes by. It appears he does.
Back and take a look.
Yep, he does have some damage on the front end of that number 215 machine. So that is just about everyone. That one you could see pretty clearly. You could pretty much tell that the four a little squirrely, may have gotten some help, and he ends up taking out a lot of cars there. So lots of cars will be coming in to take some repairs here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many guys have fast repairs left. You know, Lima's coming right here. You know, Thomas is coming right here. Lots of takers for pit road this time. Not many cars missed that one. So
on the replay here, it does. I'm not sure if Camella just drove it in hard, or if it was right on his bumper and kind of just rode up the track into the rear quarter panel of Coruscant and went around. If you're on that apron, it's tough to do anything with the car. It kind of just goes where it wants to go whenever you're sitting there at an angle like that.
it was just, it's just such a tough break, especially after all that work that Camella did to get back up there and in position to at least get the lucky dog, and see this many cars wrecked this late in the race is a tough break for a lot of drivers. So I'm not too sure yet how many cars are actually going to be able to get back in this one and be competitive, because Steve's teammate Zachary Lima, he is sitting on pit road still. So if he does not have help from the 5, it makes it a lot tougher for Steve, because now who's going to help him? Now he doesn't have any teammates. He's got no friends out there anymore to help him win the race. He's going to have to go out there and get it done by himself. Rick Cadet mostly survived that crash. I'm not sure if he's got any fast repairs left either. TJ Roberts did. He took one. He'll be back in this one. Obviously, Braden Black, he's had a rough night, so his car is still damaged. Matthew Fleming is back down to 1 lap down. I don't know if he's going to have time to get fully back in it. DJ Thomas has damage. Sharon Slade has down. Man, there are a lot of damaged race cars.
Gotta hand it to these guys. They don't have to finish this race. It's not a points-paying race, but nice to see them go out there and still give it all they got, damage or not.
We only have a few cars left now that I think are even going to be up to speed, so I mean, we'll have to see here. We're going to have to see here what guys are going to be able to do. I think the top's in an advantage here. Steve, it's going to be hard for Steve to win this one, only because the only cars behind him now have damage, and it is just going to be so tough for him after that wreck. So the top's definitely an advantage here with Logan Eicher and TJ Roberts. But we'll see. It's going to be a green light checkered. We got 3 of them. So if they wreck again, well, we'll rack them up again.
Has a beautiful chance to end like the NASCAR flash at Daytona.
right as I was talking about it earlier too. And not quite. We're not quite to that point yet. A couple more crashes and we'll be to that point. I mean, we'd have to have the 8 or the 8 or the 20 win this race. I mean, we'd have to have one of those wreck cars win this race for that, and while it's still possible, I don't think it's going to happen.
Never say
Off
never.
four.
That is my motto.
No, if this is the final restart, we got 2 laps to decide who's going to start on pole for our first race of the year. Pace car makes the left turn. Green, white, checkered, 2 laps to go. A great start for the 27, of course. That's exactly what he needed. So he is clear, but he's got no help. He's going to need to move up, block these guys before they get a good push. If he's outside, he's not going to be able to do it. Here comes the 13 of Iker. He's going to lead for the first time today. He's got help from TJ Roberts in the 11. Down the backstretch, lap and a half to go. If we get to the white, it's official. The front 2 starting to break away from the cars behind them just a little bit. It's a 2-car length advantage. Over third place now, DJ Thomas. I'm kind of surprised that car is up to speed. Do they have enough cars to make a move? To the tri-oval. They'll see the white flag. One more time around. Roberts moves high. He blocks the 20. 13 blocks high. 3 wide for the lead. We head for turn 1. The 20 is out front. With help from the 27 of Korosek. They're 3 wide back a little bit further. It's a 2-car break at the front. Down the backstretch for the final time. Iker's still third. Don't count him out yet. It's the 20 and the 27. Up top, it's the 8 and the 88. I don't think they have time. 2 more corners. Who's going to start on pole?
Tough being this lead car. Do you block? Do you hold your line and hope you have enough speed?
Off of 4, coming down to the line. Drag race, 3 wide. Help on the bottom for Thomas. Who's going to get to the line first? Thomas, DJ Thomas, can you believe that? He gets it done. What a finish. Jeez. That was a great finish for a race that deserved a great finish. And looking at the car, you wouldn't think needed just one. But DJ Thomas, he stayed in there and he got it done. He will start on pole for the first points-paying race of the year. He gets it done by 6 1/1000ths of a second. Korosek just short of starting on pole. Logan Iker obviously got the lead for a second. He'll finish third. A good day for him overall. Braden Black, he finishes fourth after the rough day he's had. He's going to get a good finish out of this one and some momentum headed into the first race. TJ Roberts finishes in fifth. He drove a great race today. As you see the teammates celebrating together on the apron near turn 1. 6th will be Todd Mazie in the number 9. Rit Cadet will finish 7th. Matthew Fleming a lap down in 8th. Sharon Slate a lap down in 9th. Camella finishes a lap down in 10th. Zachary Lima finishes in 11th. And Danny Chandler rounds out the field, finishing in 12th. We're going to give these guys a minute to celebrate, and we are actually going to talk to the race winner and the pole sitter for the first points-paying race of the year. DJ Thomas. We'll give him another minute here to celebrate. That, I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun. It was fun for me to watch, so it was definitely worth all 60 laps for it being 12 cars.
Oh yeah. I'm very interested in what DJ has to say there. Normally not the aggressive racer. Going for that block, kind of out of character for what we've seen from him in the past, but it's all about growth here, and him being a bit more aggressive is what got him that win.
All right, we're gonna go get the race winner and the pole sitter, and we're gonna drag him in here. Race winner, DJ Thomas. What a finish, what a drive. Somehow you got it done. DJ, how in the world did you make that happen?
I honestly, with that last caution and getting wrecked in that one, I was really scared. The car was going to be down on power. I could tell it was just a little short when it came to speed, but just staying in the draft, I think it worked. It was just that restart. It was Steven was out by himself, and I was in a pack of the two in front of me on the top lane, they weren't damaged. They were flying on by, so I just stayed in the draft. The white flag came in. As soon as I seen the two go up on the top, I was just like, I'm gonna take my chance going on the bottom because I know how great of a pusher Steven is. So I wanted to work with Steven. He gave me the push, and I knew he was gonna try something coming out of four. So as soon as I seen that bottom line work and I seen a car coming, I immediately threw myself down the bottom and hoped I could get a push. And the push is all I can say that worked. I want to thank Zach Camella, honestly. Great teammate. They're the best teammates I could ever ask for. And I, I can't believe I did that. What a race. What a race.
That was a great drive by all y'all out there. You are on the pole for the first race of the season now. That's when it starts to matter. What kind of momentum does that give you? What kind of confidence does that give you for the first race, knowing you're going to start by controlling the field coming to the green?
Well, I can't really say any confidence. This was just a race just to get the field started. Knowing I'm on the pole doesn't mean anything. It just means it's go time now. Season starts. Season opener, 110 laps. As soon as that green flag waves, work needs to be done, and we're going to give it our all till the checkered flag finishes, and that's the same motive I'm giving it every single week. Give it 100% till that green flag waves. I mean, that checkered flag flies, so just got to let it go. Just got to go and give it our all. That's all I can really say.
Yes, sir. Well, DJ, congratulations again on a great win, on a great finish there at the end. Go celebrate, have some fun, and we'll see you next week.
Heck yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
That was race winner DJ Thomas. I believe are we still live, Mr. Jennings?
We had a little
Okay. Okay.
overlay software there.
Oh, okay. Overall, that was, I don't know how much I expected out of a 60 lap race with 12 cars, but definitely that was awesome. I cannot wait for next week. Next week is going to be intense. It's going to be hopefully the same kind of great racing we got here. And man, I cannot say enough about the guys on track for giving us this product and getting out there and giving me something to ramble about for about an hour and a half here. So it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun being in here with you. I hope all of our drivers had a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll get some more good guys in here to fill out the field. Maybe give us a little bit more content to think about, maybe first flare, and it'll be interesting to see how this carries over into the actual start of the season. Some contact between some cars. You never know how that's going to affect people's mindsets coming into the season. What other drivers are going to think about each other.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see if some of the grudges that were formed this week will carry over to next week. Again, we are full pedal jacket. That was the first official race for us. We'll be back again next week with our first points paying race. You can find us most likely running some more recruitment. So if you want to get in on the fun, join us. It is a ton of fun to run with these guys, and we hope to see you back very soon. With that, we are going to sign off for the night. Thank you everybody for joining us.
Y'all.